Keep perfect. And blow it up.
Oh, it wasn't bad.
Good. Quick, yeah?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a great day. I wanted to come on here and do a video in regards to my piercings that I recently got. Before we get into today's video, don't forget to subscribe down below. And now that that's taken care of, let's get into it. So I recently went with my friend to go get my ear pierced, and this was about 2 weeks ago. And I have had just a little backstory in regards to my ears being pierced before. I have gotten my ears pierced as a kid, so just like the normal earlobes. And besides that, I had never really gotten my ears pierced as an adult. The first time I did was when I went to New York a couple years ago, and I did get the industrial bar on my right side of my ear. So I was only planning to get I don't even know what it's called, but it's like just this piercing here. I was just planning on piercing this, and my friend was getting her industrial piercing on her ear, and of course she was like, hey, I'm getting it, you should get industrial piercing too. Keep in mind, I had never really known anything about piercings. I didn't know how to take care of them. I didn't know what they were called. I didn't know how long it took to heal. I didn't really have any history in regards to your ears getting pierced. So when I went in New York, this was just to get one little piercing on my left ear, but it ended up turning out to be 2 piercings. And this was the worst idea I had, because I didn't think about it when I was doing it, of course, but when you get each of your ears pierced, that's going to be such a pain to take care of. Because not only do you have to take care of both sides of your ear, you have to make sure you clean them day and night. You got to make sure like your hair is not getting in there, and like the oils, and like it could get infected. So you do have to be really good about cleaning. But not only did I not realize that that had to happen, I also didn't realize that when I do pierce both sides of my ears, that I won't be able to sleep on both sides of my ear, like both sides, I should say. And I am a side sleeper. So you can only imagine the annoyance and the trouble and just how annoying it would be middle of the night when you just, out of habit, you just turn, and then this just pain comes over you, like just pain. And it's like you're mad, you wake up mad. You can only be mad at yourself. I did not realize what I was doing, of course, as most of you can already tell. I had no idea what I was getting myself into when I was doing this. I don't recommend it, you guys. Don't ever get a piercing at the same time on each side of your ear. Like if that's not a given already, which it should have been for me, but it wasn't. Keep in mind there was a little bit of liquid courage there, but don't recommend it. If you're getting a piercing, make sure that you have done the research on it, that you know what it goes into, like in regards to the aftercare for it. So this time when we're going, when I'm thinking of getting my ears pierced again, I am in San Francisco, so I started calling around places that I found on Yelp, just saying like, okay, what do you price point at? Like, what does it look like inside? And I was just doing that basically on Yelp. I come to realize piercings in San Francisco are very expensive. The piercing I got for my industrial in New York was about like 70, 80, around there. And one of the places that I was calling in San Francisco was about 150, and that's including the jewelry, the piercing. And for my first time in New York, it was about 70, 80, including the piercing and jewelry as well. So that was very shocking to me and how different the price was. But at the same time, I kind of already expected it because it is San Francisco. Like, you can expect your tattoos, your piercings to be very expensive. So that then led me to search outwards, because of course I did not want to pay that type of money for just the industrial, because I also wanted to get another one. So the reason why my hair is crazy, you guys. But the reason why I ended up switching my industrial placement is because on my right ear, for whatever reason, I didn't even notice this before until I had my first industrial piercing for about a month or two. And I noticed that when I would put my hair up, like away to show off my piercing, like my baby hairs would cover it. So for whatever reason on my right side, like naturally, like my hairs cover my ear. I don't know why, like it just happens. And on my left side, it doesn't cover it as much. So like you can't really tell now because I'm holding it up more. But when I put it up halfway or in a ponytail, like this, my hair covers the top part basically. So you couldn't even really see the piercing. And that to me just was a flop, like a fail. So once I noticed that, I had the industrial in for about a year on my right ear. And then I ended up taking it out because I lost one of the pieces for it anyways. So I ended up taking it out, and then I decided that I ended up really liking how the industrial looked on me, and I wanted to get it just on my left ear. So this way, when I do put my hair up, my baby hairs won't cover it. So that's what I ended up doing, but I also wanted to get something else on top of that. So I wanted to get the industrial on my left ear so it was more visible. And then I also wanted to get another piercing, but I didn't really know at the time what it was until I was on the shop's website. So I ended up finding a really good shop that had really good ratings, and I called to see availability and all that. So it's called Zebras Tattoo and Piercing, and it's located in Berkeley. So I ended up going with my friend. We made a whole day out of it. I did have to go to a bar first to get some liquid courage. For whatever reason, since I was in New York and I was a little intoxicated, I didn't feel really any pain. I have a good pain tolerance, so I didn't really have an issue with that. I did get a little nervous before it was Daith, and I'm just gonna show you guys what that looks like. So the one inside is the Daith right here, and then the industrial. So this one I was more nervous about, the Daith, just because I had never gotten that pierced and I didn't know what that pain was going to be like compared to the industrial. I had heard that the Daith did hurt when you get that pierced. So that had me more nervous than the actual industrial because I already knew how the industrial felt and the aftercare for that, so that was okay. The Daith had me more concerned just because it's more in there. So for that reason, I decided to go to the bar and have some liquid courage like I did in New York, you know, why not? And it worked perfectly, it worked wonders. I only had 2 shots, but I feel like it was just enough to get those like little nerves out. So the actual process of them piercing it wasn't as bad as I had thought. Like, the Daith was the one that had me the most scared and the most concerned, but I ended up getting the Daith pierced first. Per like the piercer, he said that was going to be better. So my friend actually was my friend came with me, and she was actually more nervous than I was when we were getting it pierced. She had told me the moment that the guy was piercing my ears, she was recording and she almost like was shaking because she was so nervous to see it happening. And it was funny because I didn't even flinch. It was totally fast. If you are gonna get pierced and you're thinking of the industrial or the Daith, I just recommend know that it is gonna take about 4 to 6 months for that to completely heal and for it not to bother you at all. Surprisingly for me, the second time I got the industrial bar, it's healing a lot faster. Like I can actually, today I laid on it, which I know I shouldn't be, but there was barely any pain at all, which is very surprising. I do clean it day and night. When I first got it pierced, sometimes I would clean it 3 times a day just to be on the safe side. I am super happy with how it came out. Highly recommend for anyone who's in the Bay Area and wants to get their ears pierced, check out the Zebra Tattoo and Piercing Shop in Berkeley. They're awesome. You don't need an appointment at all. You can just go ahead, and it is a walk-in for piercings, so you can just go ahead and walk in. People there were really, really friendly and supportive. All in all, the experience was awesome. I had such a great day. After we got our ears pierced, we ended up going out to eat. So it was really nice. Let me know if you guys have any questions in regards to my piercings, the procedure, everything, the aftercare. Let me know if you have any questions in regards to that in the comments down below. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like as well. And don't forget to subscribe. I hope you have a great night. Take care. Bye.